great news for Kombat Pack 1, however, unfortunately, players have discovered a game-breaking bug in Mortal Kombat 1, and it's actually a really big deal. So today's episode is a bit of a mixed bag. There's good news and some bad news. Let's talk about it, because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I cover it all the time on this channel, not daily, but about weekly at this point, which means if you want to stay up to date on Mortal Kombat 1 news, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell down below so you never miss any future videos. And after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And now without any further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the game-breaking bug found in Mortal Kombat 1. A very big shout out to Mr. AP Chim for discovering this glitch, because as it turns out, Mortal Kombat 1 has a bias towards player 1. That's right, it's quite unfortunate, and believe it or not, Mortal Kombat 9 had something similar. Player 1 had an obvious advantage in that game too, but in Mortal Kombat 1 things are a little bit different, but it still favors the player 1. So please allow me to break it down in layman's terms. Essentially, player 2 has a slightly worse hitbox than player 1. And for anyone not aware, the hitbox is what allows you to hit the player, hence the name hitbox. So in other words, whenever someone punches you in Mortal Kombat 1, there's a box around their fist. And for whatever reason, player 2 has a slightly smaller hitbox, or maybe player 1 has a slightly bigger hitbox. Who's to say? Maybe it depends on your perspective. Is the glass half full or half empty? The point is, player 2 has a disadvantage. And in fact, this slightly smaller hitbox means player 2 can't do the same combos that player 1 can. Yeah, and that's the biggest issue. Just like Mr. AP Chim is showing on screen right now, Sub-Zero can't do the same combo if he's player 2. His ice clone misses completely. And then later on in the video, he takes control of Kitana and it's the same situation. Player 1 can do the Kitana combo, but player 2 can't. Since the hitbox on her attacks are slightly smaller, her combo will not finish, and as a result, player 2 is just never going to get the same damage that player 1 can. And in his video, Mr. AP Chim is only talking about combos, but I think this issue could expand to just whiff punishing and also anti-airing, other stuff like that. Because think about it, if player 2 has a slightly smaller hitbox and tries to anti-air, it could barely miss by like a pixel or something. And the same is also true for whiff punish. Maybe player 2 has a really good footsie game, they dodge your attack and then go to punish, but they barely miss because their hitbox is slightly smaller. And when this glitch was first discovered, there were some naysayers who believed, oh, it's just because your character is turned the wrong way, or it's because you're on the wrong side. But nope, that's not the case at all. All of these scenarios have been troubleshooted and tested, and it turns out that player 2 does just have a slightly smaller hitbox. It doesn't matter which way their character is facing, it doesn't matter which side of the opponent they're on, they just don't have the same hitboxes. And even for me personally, as somebody who has a background in game programming and design, I have no clue why this glitch is happening. But no matter what the reason or why the case may be, this needs to get fixed ASAP, and I hope NetherRealm is working on it right now, because that video by AP Chim is actually going semi-viral. And that's a good thing, because hopefully that means people at NetherRealm are more likely to see it, and the sooner they see it, the sooner they can start fixing it and put this problem behind us. In fact, the best case scenario would be this glitch is actually fixed before I even upload this video, so fingers crossed that that could happen. I sincerely hope this glitch has an easy fix, and unfortunately this could have actually been solved right away if Mortal Kombat 1 had the same option as Tekken 7, where you can actually choose which side of the screen you start on, or in other words, everyone gets to be player 1. Don't ask me how that works, but it's possible in Tekken 7, and that's a 3D fighting game, so there's way more variables than Mortal Kombat 1. And as a result, if NetherRealm implemented that option to pick which side you start on, then technically everyone could be player 1, and maybe this glitch would just vanish. But sadly, I don't think that's an option in Mortal Kombat 1. You can't pick which side you start on, which definitely is a bummer. And I'm also worried about tournament competitors as well who lost, because now they have like the biggest excuse ever. What if this game-breaking glitch is actually why they lost? Maybe they were player 2, and due to this glitch, their anti-air just barely missed, or their combo dropped for an unknown reason they weren't aware of. It could be very possible that a bunch of tournament players lost due to this game-breaking glitch, and even if that's not the case, they can still huff massive copium and say, I lost because of a glitch, I didn't actually lose. I mean, for Pete's sake, my friends are already saying that in the group chat on Discord and Facebook Messenger. They're already finding excuses for why they lost to me. So I can only imagine what it's like at the tournament level, but the good news is, if you're a more casual player, then chances are this glitch should not affect you too much, and that's because the hitbox is only slightly smaller, so it only becomes an issue in the more difficult and complex combos. So if you're somebody like me who goes for the more standard or slightly difficult combos, then this glitch should not show up too often when you're playing. Or at least that's what I'm hoping, but then again, I wasn't even aware of this glitch glitch until today, so I could have been suffering from it the whole time and never been the wiser. Looking back on it, there definitely were some matches where I swore my anti-air should have hit and it went right through the opponent, so maybe that glitch was the reason. But now finally, it's time to end this video with some good news, and it has to do with Kombat Pack 1, which hopefully is on its way very soon. I don't think we have a release date yet. If we do, let me know in the comment section. Pretty much every character in Kombat Pack 1 has me excited, but I think I anticipate playing Omni-Man the most, and that's because I'm a big fan of Invincible, both the comics and the animated series. So yeah, I want to get my hands on Omni-Man and start shoving people into mountainsides. I want to loom over them and go, "Think, Mark," just like the meme. That's what I want to do. And if any of you watching are excited for Omni-Man like me, well then here's some good news. It turns out that J.K. Simmons will be an announcer in the game. That's right, not only can you play as Omni-Man, but he can also narrate the entire game for you. When you go to pick your character, Omni-Man's gonna narrate it. When you win the round, Omni-Man's gonna narrate it. When you win the match, Omni-Man's gonna narrate it. And I just think that's so awesome. It's even better that it's the official voice too, and not some random actor who just sounds like him. Once again, J.K. Simmons himself is going to voice Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat 1. If you didn't know that, then you do now. And to make that news even sweeter, he's going to be an announcer in the game. And just in case you don't believe me, let's hop over to Twitter and check this out. One of the data miners named 7 Spidey Comics actually has Omni-Man's voice announcing Johnny Cage. I'm not going to play it here because apparently NetherRealm got mad at some people for doing that, which I think is a bit ridiculous because we already know that Omni-Man's in the game. That's not a leak or anything. And the fact that he's also going to be an announcer in the game would only get fans and players even more excited, so I don't see what the issue is here. But even so, just to stay on the safe side, I can't play the clip, but just know for a fact that people have found voice lines of Omni-Man narrating the game. So put simply, some players dug into the actual files of Mortal Kombat 1 and found Omni-Man's voice clips already recorded, so he's already in the game. And believe it or not, I actually spoke to a certain data miner myself, and according to him, he's already playing the game with that announcer turned on. Which means if you mod the game, apparently Omni-Man can already be a narrator in Mortal Kombat 1, at least to some extent. I'm not sure if it's done, but apparently it works a little bit, at least to some level. And I think what has me the most excited about this news is the possibility that John Cena is also an announcer in Mortal Kombat 1, because don't forget, he's also in Kombat Pack 1 as Peacemaker. I think so far, the only character who's not confirmed to be voiced by the actor themselves is Homelander. We don't have confirmation that Anthony Starr is going to do his voice lines, which definitely has me worried. My fingers are crossed that he can find time to read those lines. I'm sure he's busy working on the next season of The Boys, but please just take one day to record those voice lines. I have no idea how long it takes to record all the voice lines, but it can't be too many, right? For a fighting game? Come on, Anthony Starr, put your voice in the game. Oh man, can you imagine if he was an announcer too? I would love for Homelander to narrate everything, and unlike Johnny Cage, who just makes jokes when you pick the character, I want Homelander to actually roast the character, like to insult them and say something demeaning no matter who you pick, except himself, obviously, because he's very arrogant. That would be really cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because as you know, I love making these videos interactive. Are you excited that Omni-Man is going to be an announcer in Mortal Kombat 1, and have you been a victim of the Player 2 glitch when playing online? Grab that keyboard and make your voices heard, because like I keep saying in every single video, I do read each and every comment. But that's about all the news I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.